Hello everyone, Rachel Boucher here, Head of Content at Event Marketer here, coming to you live from our Marketing Innovator Studio here on the show floor at CES. Event Marketer is thrilled to be an official media partner of CES, and together with our sister brands across the Chief Marketer Network, we are here all week capturing conversations and content. I can't think of a better place than CES to shine our spotlight on new digital event tools and technologies. And I'm excited to have Mike Todaro with me today to share some exciting industry news, the launch of XtendLive. Mike, let's get into it. Why don't you introduce yourself and introduce everybody to XtendLive?
Absolutely. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Mike Todaro. I'm the head of product at XtendLive. Now, XtendLive is built out of an organization with 30 plus years of experience in the physical event space. And so we've really had the opportunity to be at the front row of seeing how this space has evolved over time, especially with the advent of digital technology. And what we've seen is that the most successful event marketers are the ones who can embrace both the physical side of events management as well as the digital. But there aren't that many tools that actually exist to help empower them to do so. So what we've built at XtendLive is a product that does exactly that. It gives a very easy way for event marketers to build an engaging and impactful event out of complex events, simple technologies for events management.
Speaking of being on the front row of innovation, why is CES the right place for you to be introducing XtendLive?
Yeah, it's a good question, and you can see there's so much buzz here at CES.
Sure, you can all hear it. We're firing up here. It's on.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Yeah.
And there's obviously an inherent complexity to running physical events like CES. But I think what maybe hasn't been acknowledged is there's a similar complexity to running digital events as well. You know, there's software that exists out there that really fills a space for things like meeting management. And I'm sure you can think of several technologies that have evolved to do exactly that. But at XtendLive, we know that events are more than meetings. And so if you're running something like a webinar, maybe a meeting management software system is right for you. But to really address the complexity of digital events, you need something like XtendLive. And something that we're really proud of is that we've been able to build this technology from the ground up with a purpose-driven focus, really with the inputs from event marketers. So all the way from the way that we've made it very simple to set up an event in less than 10 minutes, through the idea of this central events hub where people can come together and do some of the networking type of activities that you would do at an event like CES, all the way through to the really detailed analytics that you can get out of a system like XtendLive to really maximize the impact of what the events that you're hosting online can actually do for you. Now, we really feel like an event like CES is a great place to highlight exactly that. How can you take the complexity of a physical event like this and convert it into the digital world in a way that's very simple and straightforward? And, you know, the event space is changing. It's changing very rapidly. And so to have a tool like XtendLive at the hands of your events marketer is something that's really powerful in the modern world.
Let's talk about that change. Walk me through some of the things that you're hearing, what's on the minds of marketers, and what's behind that change, and some of the things that you're seeing specifically.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's almost cliche to say at this point, but COVID really did cause a seismic shift in the way that events management is approached. And what we saw, I think, immediately following the pandemic is you had these companies that were building essentially what were replicates of events in the physical space in the digital space. So very heavyweight. It required a lot of expertise to be able to build them. It required immersive elements, trying really to emulate the physical experience in the digital world. And that hasn't worked. It's really hard to take a multi-day, multi-channel event like CES and condense it down into a digital event. What's missing is something like XtendLive, which gives the experience to the event marketer of being able to take all that complexity and put it into a system that's simple to use, that is impactful for the folks who are going to be attending those events, that's really interesting from the data that you can get out from the end of it to help with lead generation or help with content generation in the future. Right-sizing events, not trying to emulate what you have here at CES, but something that's down and more manageable in the digital space.
Yeah, I think we made that shift after COVID, right-sized. Now we're sort of in that next chapter of like, okay, where is this going next?
Exactly.
Right, yeah. And we're talked a little bit about this, but the landscape of physical and digital events, from an experience standpoint, what do you see sort of the future of that as an attendee and then as a marketer trying to sort of plan and sort of strategize for both?
Yeah, so I think it's really interesting to see how things have evolved over time. And I think when people think of digital events, they think of a dichotomy, either a big heavyweight, again, kind of trying to emulate the physical world in the digital, or they think of these single session webinar type activities where you come for a specific purpose, someone talks at you for 40 minutes, and then you leave, and that's it. And what's missing is really the balance between those two, because you want people to come to an event. It's something that's more complex than just a meeting. You want people to have the opportunity to network with each other, to get more meaningful interactions out of the events they're at. You want to give the ability, for example, to access content links. Maybe you have a sponsor. Sponsors are all over the place here, but digital events, is there really a way to take that sponsorship relationship and put it into this digital format? It's not so easy. So XtendLive gives you the opportunity to find that appropriately right-sized digital event footprints. Not something that's so complex that people feel uncomfortable, they have to sit in front of their computer for days and days on end, but also you're getting more rich interactions with the folks who are in these events.
Yeah. Final thoughts before we let you get back to the show. What's next for you? What's next for you today?
Yeah. So it's really exciting that we're here. Obviously, we're here to celebrate the launch of XtendLive. We'll be walking around the show floor today and tomorrow, speaking with events marketers and events managers, understanding really what did it take for you to build an event like this, to build a booth here? And are you really maximizing your ability to have the best outreach that you can? What is your plan for digital? What we've seen, again, is that the most successful events marketers are the ones who can both embrace the physical and the digital world. So what are you doing to help extend your presence at CES? Do you have a series of digital events that are set up? And if not, we'd love to show you how XtendLive can do that, because we really do feel like what we've built here is something that's very empowering to the modern events marketer and events manager. Here's how you can bridge that gap between the physical and the digital world.
Absolutely. And as editors, we're very excited to see what's next too, and see how these conversations continue to evolve. So thank you, Mike. Obviously, better tools drive better events. I appreciate your time today. And I'm excited about XtendLive. You can all learn more about it and talk to Mike and his team by visiting XtendLive.com. No E, it's XTEND live.com. Remember to check eventmarketer.com for full coverage of all the best experiences here at CES, and look out each day for our daily inbox briefings of everything we're seeing. Take care. Thanks again, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Be well.